I know you're gonna dig this.
Driving on Britain's roads today is a fucking pain in the arse. Partly because they're overcrowded with cars, and partly because when something goes wrong, there just doesn't seem to be the capacity for alternate routes. On Monday night it was more of a nightmare than usual while driving through Stockport, since the roads were gridlocked all over the place, and I've not seen anything like that for quite a long while. As it turned out, a man was run over by a lorry and decapitated. The victim turned out to be Jeff Fletcher, the guitarist in Manchester band Northern Uproar, who had a number of hits in the 90s, including Roller Coaster. And my condolences go out to his friends and family, but my point in this video is just how the roads are overrun with traffic, and it just seems to be getting worse. The incident happened on the A6 near Greek Street, which is a junction that couldn't be more of a central hub if it tried. You've got the town hall, Stockport College, the courts and an art gallery, all in the same place, as well as traffic going up and down the main road, with other traffic crisscrossing over it. There's also a lot of confusion about exactly where this incident took place. Now, as I list some roads, I know these will only make sense to those people who know the area, although you can put these street names into Google Maps and follow it yourself. Anyway, at first it was reported to happen on Greek Street itself. Then it was on the A6, but in between that, since I heard about the incident before getting home, I tried to go the back way up Middle Hillgate and towards Higher Hillgate. My plan was then to turn onto Longshot Lane and cross over the A6 and all would be well. Unfortunately, Longshot Lane was shut. At first I thought, why? It later transpired on Tuesday that the incident happened around the corner of the A6 of Longshot Lane, or where you have the A6 meeting Longshot Lane. So of course the police feel like blocking off a whole section of road in both directions, rather than try and find a way to still use one side of the road and keep the traffic moving. Anyway, having been stopped from going down Longshot Lane, I then went further up the road and reached the top of Higher Hillgate, and was then going to cross the A6 onto Bramall Lane South, but we were just stopped from doing so. Why? So once I was on the A6 at that point, I then sort of went further up the A6, turned right onto Kennelly Road, then left onto Bramall Lane South, obviously where I wanted to be in the first place, but just that was the only point where I could get back onto it. Then as I was waiting to turn right down Gardener's Lane, I ended up stuck opposite a woman who was going the other way and equally frustrated about how the traffic had just ground to a halt in all directions. I didn't feel like telling her what the cause was, as you don't know how people are going to react to it. On Monday it was dark, it wasn't snowing, it wasn't foggy, it wasn't raining at the time, which is a rarity for Greater Manchester. But when something stops all the traffic, they need a plan in place that's just going to keep the traffic moving. Such as I say earlier, only closing one side of the road. There's got to be a way around it. Don't start closing everything off and then, we've got to do a fingertip search later on. Lorry has hit a man has suddenly died, and his head has gone off. And, I don't think there's any, unless there's something they're not telling us, I don't think there's any reason to close, because from where it sounds like it's happened, I don't think it's then bounced on to the far side of the A6. I can't see any reason to shut the whole road off. One pedestrian, it was reported, apparently said, I think the area should have been better cordoned off more quickly. We saw more than we wanted to. But if you want to stop seeing a man whose brains have spilled out all over the road, just look away. No one's forcing you to watch it. Thankfully, I haven't seen this happen in real life, only in films, video games and TV shows. One example standing out being an episode of Louie, just as Louis C.K. is off on a date. I won't say what happens here because I'll leave you to watch it yourself, but I include links to this below in the description, and it's broken down into two parts. Louie's a great show anyway, but it's unfortunate to come up with a reason why I'm linking it here, but that's why I'm linking it. But something needs to be done about the bloody roads.